On the front lines of modern warfare, the aerial reconnaissance unit of the 414th UAV Brigade Magyar Bird detected the movement of a group of Russian infantry seeking shelter in an old abandoned building. The structure was believed to be serving as a makeshift rest stop and observation point for enemy forces. The building, despite its fragile appearance, was viewed by the enemy as a temporary fortification from Ukrainian artillery and aerial surveillance. However, they were unaware that their every move was locked by the electronic eyes of Ukrainian Magyar Bird UAV operators. In the dramatic footage, enemy infantrymen are seen attempting to enter a dilapidated warehouse, one by one passing through a rickety door, hoping the fragile wall would protect them from Ukrainian prying eyes. However, the remote-controlled steel bird has locked onto its target with ruthless certainty. The propellers spun rapidly, the camera panned, and in an instant, the death machine hurtled into the heart of the enemy defenses. A powerful explosion ripped through the old building, igniting flames and crushing the invaders' hopes. Dust and debris flew, while the remains of collapsed structures covered the bodies of those who couldn't escape. This precision strike not only decimated the enemy's forces at that point, but also had a significant morale boost. The message was clear: there is no safe haven for the Russian invaders on Ukrainian soil. Every old building, every trench, every piece of wilderness could become a death trap once the eyes of the 414th Brigade's UAVs lock onto a target. Russian troops in the surrounding sector reportedly panicked, realizing that Ukrainian FPV technology could reach even their perceived safe havens. The 414th UAV Brigade Magyar Birds once again demonstrated its absolute superiority in modern drone warfare. With its reconnaissance capabilities, precision strikes, and the dedication of its UAV pilots, every step of the Russian invaders was repelled. This operation confirmed that Ukrainian soil will never be a safe haven for the enemy. Every old building they enter, every hiding place they choose, can be instantly turned into a fiery tomb by the justice delivered by the Magyar Bird's steel wings. In the Pokrovsk direction, day and night, Ukrainian FPV drones hunt Russian soldiers attempting to slip through Novotoretsky's ruins, while ambush teams wait in destroyed buildings. This systematic elimination campaign has turned Russia's last hope into a meat grinder, consuming every reinforcement sent forward. Here, Ukrainian forces are expanding their control by securing more key positions to prevent the Russians in the encirclements from having any chance of survival. The last Russian hope in the form of elite reinforcements sent to the rescue is being shattered, with the Ukrainians having them firmly in their crossfire. The Russians are clinging to their final chance near Dobropilya, and their desperate plan is to push in fresh reinforcements and claw back Novotoretsky, which currently lies in the gray zone where some houses are held by Ukrainian troops and the rest are dominated by Ukrainian drones. The Russians see this as their only way to reconnect with their trapped pockets, but the reality is harsh. Every approach is under Ukrainian fire control. Every move is watched, and every soldier sent forward risks elimination before even reaching the front line. Despite some Russian presence in a trench fortification across Novotoretska, these remnants are unable to move outside due to relentless strikes. Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky is monitoring the battle closely, visiting the Pokrovsk and Dobropilya sectors multiple times in recent days. He frequently gathers his core commanders together to discuss and plan out the next steps, react to Russian movements, and ensure his forces on the ground have everything they need to accomplish their missions. The next Syrskyi's operation puts the focus southwest of Volodymyrivka, with the goal of keeping Russian pockets cut off and unable to consolidate the gray zone. If we look at the topographic map, we will see that by advancing to the southeast and strengthening their positions here, Ukrainians will effectively seize control of the entire high ground. In turn, this would secure the flank of their clearing operation making its way south, and deny the Russians any chance to counterattack from above. Notably, Syrsky commented that they have found a way to crush the enemy, with a special focus on the neutralization of the recently redeployed Russian 155th Marine Brigade, notorious for the Bucha massacre. Labeled as Putin's favorite brigade, it has been a focal point for Ukrainian attention wherever they are deployed, and the unit has been decimated and rebuilt at least 13 times due to heavy personnel losses, now once again facing determined Ukrainian retribution. The Russians' last hope is quickly unraveling, as geolocated footage shows Novotoretska crawling with Russian soldiers trying to slip through, but instead being cut down by swarms of Ukrainian FPV drones. Day and night, Ukrainian operators track even single infiltrators, striking them with ruthless efficiency. Those who manage to survive the drones face Ukrainians waiting in ambush, kept safe against Russian counterattacks from the high ground. On the southern edge of Novotoretska, 2 Ukrainian soldiers, hidden in a ruined house, let a group of 8 Russians approach. At the perfect moment, they opened fire, dropping 3 instantly, and finishing the rest with grenade launchers as FPV drones swooped in to complete the kill. Hours later, another assault group was annihilated as they tried to rush forward on motorcycles. Ukrainian footage also reveals heavy bomber octocopters being deployed. Once reconnaissance drones confirm an enemy group inside a building, the octocopter drops a powerful new munition that erases the entire structure in a thunderous blast. With such Ukrainian precision, Russia's last cards on this battlefield are being burned one by one. Every reinforcement convoy is intercepted, every attack is bled dry, and every attempt to shift the tide only swells the Russian casualty list. Overall, Ukraine is not easing the pressure near Dobropilya, as the Ukrainian High Command is monitoring events hour by hour, ensuring that Russian attempts to salvage their pockets only lead to greater losses. By tightening control over the flanks and pushing forward on their chosen terms, Ukrainian forces are closing the book on Russia's last hope in this sector. No matter how many reinforcements the Russian command throws into the fire, they will only fuel the meat grinder that this breakthrough attempt has become. The encircled Russians will remain trapped, with no salvation coming, as Ukrainian forces have not relented.